Cakes in Germany are a thing. There's even a time in the day that you eat cake, which is called the Kaffee- und Kuchenzeit. In this video, we explore the most popular cakes in Germany. Hey, my name is Jen and I'm from Guatemala.
And mine is Yvonne and I'm German.
And together we're from Simple Germany, where we help you settle into life in Germany more smoothly.
Additional to this YouTube channel, we also run our website simplegermany.com, where we have written in-depth guides on all kinds of topics that we also don't all cover on YouTube. So if you have a particular question, go check it out.
Number one on our list is Streuselkuchen.
Yes.
And that is my absolute favorite German cake.
She dies for it,
oh
literally.
My God. So pretty much it's like a crumble cake. I've heard on the internet is what it's called. And it can have different like fillings, so different flavors. There's cherry, there's apple, there's rhabarber and
rhubarb, yeah.
Rhubarb.
So it's pretty much always some fruitiness in it, yeah.
Oh my God. And it's just something about that crumble on top. I don't know what Germans do to it, but it's like so good. It is so delicious. Definitely highly recommend it. Number two on the list of most popular cakes in Germany is the Schwarzwälderkirschtorte.
Very good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good job. I mean, you slowed down for that, you know.
Yeah, I had to, you know.
Schwarzwälderkirschtorte, I would say, is known worldwide. It's a very, very famous cake. And here's the difference in German language. So in English, there's cake and cake, or fancy cake. But in German, there's actually the word Kuchen, which means cake. And then there's the word Torte, which is a fancy cake. No, it's like this cake that is like taller and has like all kinds of decoration on top, usually like with these cream thingy-lingies. It's just this fancy cake, but there's a difference. And here we talk about the Schwarzwälderkirschtorte. So it's not, I would say, not an everyday cake, more like a cake for a special occasion.
It's also very delicious.
It's not one of my favorites, so it's very chocolate heavy. It has this aromatized cherry stuff inside, and for me those two combinations are just too heavy and too strong.
Yeah, okay. And too sweet, or?
Maybe too sweet. It's just I don't like this aromatized taste of cherry, and I'm not a chocolate fan, so there you go.
I love chocolate. Cherry, okay, if it's with chocolate, okay, but like, oh, yeah.
But you should definitely try it. Yes. I mean, you have to, you know, make your own verdict.
Yes, that's true. Number three is Bienenstich.
Very
Did
good.
I say that right?
Yes.
Which translated is bee's sting
cake. Yeah.
Cake?
A bee sting cake, Bienenstichkuchen. And I don't know if this is actually known in other countries. I just grew up with it because my granny was a very good baker, and that was my favorite cake to grow up with. It was always on my birthday, Bienenstichkuchen, Bienenstich. So, and what is it? So it is, it has like a custard vanilla, like a cream inside, and on top, and that's actually the favorite part, it's like these caramelized almonds, but they stick together. It's like one hard crust, and you need to like stick your fork in, like break it, and then you have like this crunchiness in your mouth, and it's like all delicious.
Oh my God, I want cake.
Very, very yummy.
Yes, also highly recommended. Number four on the favorite cakes in Germany is Pflaumenkuchen. And this is a seasonal cake, if I have this correctly. And as the name says, it's a plum cake.
Right, and it actually has multiple names. So Pflaume is plum, but it could also be called Zwetschge, so it could also be called Zwetschgenkuchen. Okay. And in Bavaria, it's very much known as Zwetschgendatschi. I don't know if I pronounced it 100% right, but that's how it should, like, you know, that area. And it is super, super popular in the season of, let's say, July till October, because that's, of course, when the plums get harvested, and they're quite popular in Germany.
Yes.
And it is the most popular, I would say, sheet cake. So you usually like bake it on the sheet in the oven. Okay. It's not round, it's like usually like flat and like squared, you know. And it's amazing with a little bit of cream, and if the baker did well and the datchis and the plums are still juicy, it's very yummy.
Yes, I agree. Oh my God, I really want cake now.
You say that after every single one. If you like this video, you're learning a little bit and you're having fun, then please also give the video a thumbs up. And if you have watched our channel before, you like our content and you like us, then please subscribe to see more of us. And if you want to go the extra mile, then you can of course buy us a virtual coffee on simplegermany.com/coffee. Thank you.
Continuing with the program. Number five on the list is what is translated as the tree cake.
Baumkuchen.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was also so delicious. I mean, it's pretty delicious. Okay, can you explain a little bit what it is?
Okay, so the Baumkuchen is often referred to as the king of the cakes because it is actually very complicated to make. The name comes from, so it's usually like this round, relatively small high cake, and has a hole in the middle. And when you cut it, you see a lot of very thin lines. And this is why it's called Baumkuchen, because it refers to the trees when you to the lines when you cut a tree down, and you have all the age rings, right? So that's the name.
Okay.
And to create those lines, it's actually a layered cake. So it's very complicated to make because it's very fine, which is why it's also quite a, I would say, luxurious cake, even though it doesn't look like it from the outside.
Yeah.
It's very
and it's
light.
also covered with chocolate, right?
It's covered with chocolate. It's very light and fluffy and just very delicious.
Oh my God, that with a glass of milk. Oh my God. I'm telling you, after this, I'm going to have some cake. Number 6 on the list is the Mamorkuchen. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Whew, yes.
And what does it stand for?
Marble cake.
Very good.
And it's also a dry cake. And that's all I know.
So Mamorkuchen is a dry cake, and again, the texture and the name comes to life when you cut it open. And then you usually have like a part, like a swivel of like dark chocolate and like light vanilla or lemon, whatever flavor you choose, different dough. So the way it's baked looks like marble, and that's where the name comes from.
Ah, interesting. Very descriptive names. But I mean, generally speaking, cakes are descriptive, right?
German is descriptive.
Yeah, true. And number 7 on the list, which here we're going to expand a little bit on the subject, is cheesecake. I say that with a bit of a disappointment because, okay, I have to say cheesecake in Germany is okay. I mean, compared to the list, it's number 7 for a reason on the list.
That is actually not true. The list is not in any favor order other than our own favorites. But other than that, it's just famous cakes.
In Germany. But I would say from the list, I would choose cheesecake as the last one.
And I would use it as probably number 1 or 2.
Yeah. Because I'm used to the American style cheesecake, you know, one that is like so creamy. It's full of very high levels of carbs and calories, but it's still so good. Versus the cheesecake in Germany, I must argue, it's still fluffy, it's still creamy, but not enough to my personal taste.
And I would argue it is so delicious because it's actually very light and very easy to eat, because the difference is the New York or American style cheesecake is done with fresh cheese and a lot of cream. Whereas the German cheesecake is done with quark, which is a very German ingredient.
True, and not as sweet at all.
It is not sweet, it is very light, and we usually also have like a dash of like citrus and vanilla in there. It is super easy to bake. Actually, I don't bake much, but if I bake a cake, it's usually some sort of cheesecake.
Which I like your cheesecake, don't get me wrong. It's a very delicious cheesecake.
Just not the American style.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So also here, give it your own verdict. I'm a German cheesecake lover.
Now that you've learned about German cakes, you might be interested in also learning about German bread, which is also a really big topic. We have a whole video about Q&A of German bread that you can check out next or in the card that's coming up now. Until next time, cheers!